Ladies and gentlemen, traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. As you're tuning in, hit that thumbs up. If you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel as you watch throughout the video. First and foremost, we'll talk a little bit about the disclaimer here today. Remember, guys, that trading is risky. Remember that a lot of people are struggling. A lot of people are having a hard time. So take it slow. Utilize the simulator, utilize risk money. If you're a beginner, if you're not consistently profitable, those are two things to utilize and consider. Take it slow. Trading is a business, and like any other professional field in this world, it takes time to learn, takes time to grow, build experience, and become competent. Lastly, remember to be careful of the impersonators and scammers. A lot of people are pretending to be me. Be careful. I will never ask you for money. I also do not invest for my subscribers, right? Other than that, I'll never reach out for personal information and I'll never message you first. So with that being said, let's jump into today's recap. Guys, today was a bit of a botched day for me. I was not focused today, and I also was a little impatient with my trades. And I think me not being focused was the big part of that. You know, coming into the open, almost immediately, 9:28 a.m., I had to use the bathroom. I had to take a bathroom break. And I didn't want to do that, right? You know, my body is a very strange body. This is one of those things where I'm a transparent trader, so I'll say it. You know, maybe a lot of other people will just make something up or something, but here at Relentless Trading, we're very transparent, we're very honest. And so that's what it was, you know. And for me, I use the bathroom every morning before trading, and I did do that this morning, but you know, unfortunately, Pastor had to go again. And so, you know, leading up into the open, I kind of was like, man, what the heck, you know? Very unsettling feeling, you know, one of those type of times where it's just not a good feeling. Like, you kind of know you have to go. And I think I should have done that. I think that's what I should have done, and just sacrifice the first few minutes of the open. But instead, I wanted to just, you know, hey, I'll push through. Maybe it goes away, whatever. You know, and of course, I don't want to miss the key trades that could determine the day. But it ended up backfiring. Not going away, me just being there and being uncomfortable most of the time. And that, as a result, not allowing me to focus as good as I should have been able to get some better trades, being more patient with the trades. But yeah, those two things in combination here is what really, I think, got me today. The stocks, I think, were decent. They weren't great, but they were also pretty decent, right? We had good range here on HNRA. This thing ended up going from 285 to 339. Held up nicely here on the pullback, lows of 08. Rips up to 27. Comes down, makes a new low, but then it rips all the way up here to highs up at 45. This was a crazy trade right here, you know, for anybody who caught it. Pretty decent. And from there, we started holding up a little bit. From 25, we retested the highs. We did make a new low here at 16, but it still popped back up 32 before coming down. And then on the low side, right? So back here, we kind of had some bottoming wicks and candlesticks. So coming down here, kind of like the same story. So, you know, a lot of the breakout trades were not as good, but if you were watching the dip trades, you definitely could have done well on this thing. So this first washout, low of 301, pops up to 15. Low of 04, pops up to 16. You know, and then to what's the high here? 23. Then again, low of 03, pops up again. So, you know, the stock was not bad, and this time it ended up giving follow through. Again, a little wicky towards the highs, but still, if you're buying low and capturing those dips fearlessly, the opportunity was definitely there. So HNRA, I was back and forth, you know, red, green, red, green. I think I took a trade somewhere over here and lost $100. This is when I'm like, you know what, I'm just done in the day. So I had my charts open. I went to the bathroom, cleaned my aligners, like 2 minutes, come back. You know, I saw it over here, somewhere here between these two candles. And I'm like, man, this thing actually gave a good move. So I'm watching, and I ended up watching for the break and hold back over the whole dollar here. And it was towards the very end of this candlestick. You know, it pushed up, it came down. I'm in. It flushes down. Doesn't quite hold up above 4. So I'm like, you know what? That's it. Good attempt though. Good attempt, right? The way how it happened, this candlestick was essentially about to close. So it pushed up like about 6 seconds, back down to 4, or less than that maybe. This candle opens. You know, I'm in. It doesn't really separate. There's a bit of a spread at times, and then it comes down. So yeah, that was HNRA, the main stock of the day. Other than that, we had RDHL, which was also fairly decent. RDHL, I did miss the move leading up to the resumption, but other than that, you know, there was opportunity, but opportunity also costs, because when this one resumed, which was a 20-minute halt, I was watching the other one. I thought maybe this thing was going to be halted forever or something. So I looked away from 171. Anybody holding shares did really well. All the way to 230 resumption, man. There was a good trade in here. It dipped and ripped, but it wasn't clean. But the second dip to $2 bounced up lovely off the lows. And that ended up being a pretty solid trade here in this candle. Again, I didn't catch it, but that was a solid, let's say trade, now I'll say opportunity, solid opportunity that was there. Other than that, we pulled back here, low of 203. I think where I was able to capture, let's see, I believe it was on that green candle going up. I think over here is where I was able to like capitalize. Oh, actually, it doesn't even look like I traded this green candle. Let's see, over 60, so high here 65, we pulled back to a low 45, and it looks like I was buying the dip here, 55, 46, 61, a little higher at 61, but yeah, we did have highs at 79. So we sold, so let's see, 55, 46, 61. We sold 58 and 66. So not terrible, right? One of those trades were essentially a scratch trade. The other two, or maybe 446. I mean, I don't know what is what, but on average, it's saying we're in at 54, we're out at 62. 9,000 size. But yeah, so we lost 1 cent here, and then this very last trade was a small loss as well, 2 cents. But yeah, you know, RDHL, not bad, but you'll see I kind of missed the bulk of the move. Didn't capture anything here on the front side. Let's say the first move up, really. And then, you know, that was kind of it, right? This one was pretty abrupt. If you missed that halt going up, you know, you kind of already started off on your heels. So that's kind of how this one went. Ay. Hold up. Settings. Okay, yeah. So RDHL, you know, as quickly as it kind of came around, it kind of sold off. And I did attempt a quick VWAP break over here. Ended up rejecting. And I was like, you know what, man, that's it for today. Took a couple cents loss here and a couple cents loss on the other one around this time of day. So I'm like, that's it. It did end up curling up later. But yeah. So, you know, I'm looking forward to tomorrow, coming back, being a little bit better. Sometimes you can't help it, right? Sometimes you can't. Sometimes duty calls. You can't help it. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. We also took an unfortunate loss here on ICCM. This was kind of a little bigger of a loss. We're watching here, so we pushed up nicely. We had a high of 40, pulls back to 33. You know, and I did think, okay, it's a little higher. So I'm watching here. I go in 29. I added 27. And this thing just flushes down to 20. So I'm like, oh man, I'm in a little high. So I'm like, you know what? Okay, cool. Take the loss. We'll get back in. I get back in at 21, expecting a bounce here. From 21, flushes down to 11. So we lost 390 here, sadly, on this stock. Very disappointing. That's kind of really what pushed us red in the first place. because despite being distracted, we were still, and this is still a good trade. All right, despite being distracted, we still managed to be flat, which I actually like that. Um, and this nonsense of a drop. I mean, just look at this. Let's look at this. See, Christmas tree setup here, right? Actually, the Christmas tree pattern, for anyone who doesn't know, we'll try and give our best description here. So it goes up and it comes down, right? You guys know how the Christmas trees are looking. Up, comes down. You got your little stem in here. Boom, your Christmas tree. So that'll be it for a recap. Relentless Trader has to go. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be sure to check out the links down below. Check out the links down below for Discord, which is our chat room. Check out the link down below for the course. We have 2 active coupons for gold, which is everything. You can use coupon code DREAM for 50% off. You can use for silver coupon code subscriber, which will also give you free. Actually, it's free. The basics course, crash course, is free. A few chapters and a few archives. You can also get Tim's trading course, right? And you can get the course with Tim's archive for, what was the discount? 50% off as well. I believe with code DREAM or code TIM, right? So other than that, I'll catch you guys later. I'm out of here. I am out like salt. Catch you guys tomorrow bright and early.